This is Base Ops, Patrick Air Force Base, Florida, March 1961. The Air Force cameramen are students in a new experiment, a television news film workshop. Their assignment, made before the participating cameraman had any contact with the workshop's faculty, cover a routine VIP arrival. The faculty, selected by the Air Force, the National Press Photographers Association, and the Radio and Television News Directors Association, brought together a unique staff of specialists with backgrounds and experience covering nearly every phase of both local and network news film production.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action.
Tradition.
The NPPA
News Video Workshop 49. For 49 years.
Has it been that long?
As it has come to this moment. This week. That has been known to change lives.
This will be a week.
A week.
That will change your life.
The workshop changed my life.
I've made a difference in my life.
1987. Back when dinosaurs roamed the land.
1968.
1969.
Gosh, 2006. 1988.
Now let's meet all your volunteer faculty.
3, 2, 1.
For the 2009 NPPA workshop.
49th workshop.
49th.
Number 49.
Brett Akagi hails from Kansas with over 20 years of visual storytelling experience. Brett has been honored with tons of awards, from Emmys to 4-time NPPA Regional Photographer of the Year, to leading his KARE 11 staff as Director of Photography to 4 NPPA Station of the Year awards. Brett just crossed over to the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. According to Brett, it's all about transformation. Brett adds, teaching here at the NPPA workshop allows me to help my students in their own transformation.
49th workshop.
Next up is one of several 2-time NPPA Photographers of the Year.
He could go all the way!
If you've heard anything about the workshop, you've probably heard the name Daryl Barton. Known by many names, we just call him Godfather. As one of the veteran workshop faculty members, Daryl is best known for his honest critiques. Straightforward and tough, he has every right to be. Just listen to his credentials. For decades, he's taken on assignments all over the world for almost every network news program. 2-time NPPA Photographer of the Year among 60 of his national awards. He's also recipient of the NPPA's highest award, the Sprague Award, for all his accomplishments giving back to the craft.
Well, I went to the workshop in 1968. He's 1 year ahead of me. He's not that much better than I am, though.
49. Well.
Action.
Your next faculty member is another 2-time NPPA Photographer of the Year and NPPA Sprague recipient, Bob Brandon. If you've ever watched 48 Hours, he was one of the innovators of that type of storytelling. Along with Daryl Barton, they set the standard for excellence in network storytelling. Now, along with being a textbook author on storytelling, Bob takes his skills to the director platform on major freelance projects, from commercial to network productions.
49!
It transformed the landscape into a lake.
Now from the Associated Press, Mark Carlson.
This is O'Hare Airport. Put them on a stick.
Eating live fried scorpions is not a workshop assignment yet. Mark calls himself a video journalist. We call him storyteller. Mark has a true gift of getting folks to tell him their stories. Mark Carlson has been all over the world for the AP, covering everything from hurricanes to, well, yes, eating live fried scorpions.
Put them in your mouth.
Yuck.
Well, it tastes just like any other fried food you'd ever have.
49!
Clear. Hold on. Oh.
Some people are just out of their minds, you know? Look,
It's the 49th annual workshop.
Remember this name, Darren Durlack.
I don't even know what I'm doing right now. This is crazy.
Not because he takes his shirt off to jump into freezing water,
You know, when you just really want to feel warm, it's like that.
Why? Because he was just named the NPPA Photographer of the Year for his work in 2008. He was sitting in the forum just like you are now, back in 2006. Other than being the NPPA POY, he's been the BRoll.net B-Roller of the Year for the last 2 years. Darren Durlack hails from the charm city of Baltimore and believes in the inspiration he got from the workshop, and that inspiration is the difference between good and great.
49. Okay, that's good.
You're the man.
And we hope this week he'll keep his shirt on.
49.
Like dozens of small towns across the Great Plains,
If network news is dying, don't tell Charlie Hadlock. Charles works for NBC News out of their Dallas bureau, and when needed, not only produces his own assignments, but shoots and edits them as well. Charlie Hadlock has been a volunteer on the workshop faculty since 1987.
it's hard to compare Las Vegas.
Before his network gig, Charles has been an anchor and especially reporter, who among his huge stack of awards was named Best Reporter in Texas several times.
You won't regret it, no.
49th workshop.
This week, you will learn the rules that make for great storytelling. Kevin Hartfield is here to help you break those rules. Kevin is part of our Denver Mafia of faculty members, is currently on the Special Projects Unit at KCNC in Denver. Kevin Hartfield is one of few photographers that has won an Edward R. Murrow Award. And among other awards, Kevin is a two-time National Association of Black Journalists Association Photographer of the Year.
Well, they have a full bottle in front of me and a full frontal in front of me.
Larry Hatton's first job was in 1979 at KAKE News with Larry Hatteberg. His first workshop that made a difference in his life was in 1981. Another longtime faculty member, Jerry has been a networking freelancer working on projects like 48 Hours since 1994. More than a long list of awards, he now wins lots of clients. Jerry is a true Texan out of Houston, and if you really want to see him smile, ask him about his wife and twin boys, Brian and Liam.
This little workshop made a difference in my life way back in 1968. Welcome, everybody, to the 49th NPPA Workshop.
But Larry's part of Wichita, and Wichita is part of Larry, and I don't think he's ever felt the need or been willing to leave that behind him.
I think Larry has taught all of us to appreciate our subjects as people.
He's the kind of fella who taught a whole generation of journalists that it's not enough just to gather facts. It's not enough just to tell a good story or to show people anything, but to let them experience life.
More Hatteberg's People Stories next week.
Let's go, baby!
He was the 2005 NPPA Photographer of the Year. And now since August has not only been earning his master's degree, but been master of his craft by giving back by teaching storytelling at the University of Maryland. His name is Stan Heist. Stan's storytelling life changed in the year 2000 when he was sitting where you are as a participant at this workshop. Stan's gift is teaching you about making the little things in your stories sing.
Welcome to the 49th Workshop.
Our next faculty member approaches a news story as if it were a motion picture, striving for the best storytelling techniques he can muster. Colonel Hooker, yes, please salute if you're military, has served several tours in both Gulf Wars in the reserves. Currently, Steve hails from Columbia, South Carolina, where he is chief photographer at WIS-TV. Before that, he was at WDSU in New Orleans and decided after years in the Crescent City to leave after surviving the wrath of Katrina. A multiple photojournalist of the year in Louisiana and the Carolinas, Steve is here at the workshop to bring you the best of sound and light in a hurry.
Welcome to the 49th annual NPPA workshop. It'll be a week that will change your life.
John Hijack has been on the workshop volunteer faculty since 1995. He tends to push buttons. If you watch NBC News, you've seen his award-winning work. The NPPA has awarded him the Editor of the Year award, get this, 3 times. No one else has ever done that. He has national Emmys and lots of other stuff that is his claim to professional fame. He loves this workshop, and he really wants to teach you where your eye goes. From NBC News in Atlanta, John Hijack.
49, it's older than me.
In 1982, Julie Jones attended this workshop and credits Daryl Barton and Bob Brandon for the success in her professional life. And those successes are something else. Arizona Photographer of the Year, NPPA Regional Photographer of the Year twice, more Emmys than you can count. She is now Dr. Jones here at the University of Oklahoma. She can cure your ills of what ails you with just her smile. Professor Julie Jones.
Able to make his voice go very, very low and then bring it up very, very high, John Larson.
Meet John Larson, a storyteller. In front of the camera, a genius. Behind it, a guy who can see where a story can happen before it happens. He once worked in local news and then moved up to Dateline NBC and NBC Nightly News and has been recognized with journalism's highest international, that's right, international awards. This guy alone is worth the price of admission. From PBS World Focus out of San Diego, John Larson.
Welcome to the 49th annual NPPA Multimedia Workshop.
Our next faculty member also got his start right where you're sitting, but he is also the shyest guy in the room.
You know you're embarrassing me properly, right?
Damn straight, Skippy.
Okay.
He loves making good stories despite the deadlines. He's not only an expert at the craft of editing, but
49th Workshop.
Telling stories. A national award winner, he knows how to put life and his edits in perspective.
I'm hiding in the back of the room.
This week, he's not only helping run the show in the back of the room, but making sure your edits are cut just right.
This week is going to change your life.
From our Denver Mafia and KDVR KWGN in Denver.
Out of here.
Josh Moranis.
This guy is also a long-term volunteer. You won't see him unless something goes wrong. He started as a student volunteer here over a decade ago, and now is just plain one of those guys you wish you had over your shoulder of life to help you out with whatever you need. He's also the proud papa of twins and makes this workshop run. From KWTV, just up the road in Oklahoma City, Craig Moore.
You got any ideas what I am?
If you could, you would be a better person for stepping into the shoes of our next faculty member, Mike Shue.
In fact, on a normal day, you wouldn't be able to even see me right now.
This is how he likes to be seen. His gift is taking the viewer with him on his stories and helping them experience the moment.
Trooper 1 about 100 feet off the water, because when they do these Homeland Security checks, they need to be able to...
He doesn't care about awards.
Big push!
Even though he has many. Mike is all about survival in journalism, and he loves what he does. Mike Shue.
Woo! 49th.
He's been on the workshop faculty since 1997 and is another unsung volunteer who makes everything around you happen. The first time Tim came to this workshop was in 1984. From the Hoosier State, he's an instructor at Ball State University, Tim Underhill.
This is the 49th.
His friends call him Vandy.
Out on the open road.
We call him Storyteller.
But let's go inside the numbers anyway.
He once was a reporter.
And how it's grown since then.
Now he is the clinical professor of broadcast journalism at the University of St. Thomas in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
We're big.
Murrow Award winner and father of 4.
Okay, guys, let's go.
Greg Vandegrift.
Okay.
Oh, Lord, I go for penguin.
On your tight to sight.
In 1987, he attended this workshop and got his butt kicked. That week, years ago, changed his life, and since then, he's become co-director of the workshop since 1993. He got there by earning over 80 awards for storytelling and has been all over the world on assignment since 1980. A big teddy bear who has two true loves, telling stories, and his 7-year-old son Matthew.
Welcome to the NPPA MASPP.
Your NPPA workshop co-director, Dave Wertheimer.
Welcome.
This is a week that's going to change your life. I guarantee it.
The newspaper business is going to the dogs. We're here to help.
She knows what's going on.
Last but not least, she is your workshop director. In 1983, she attended the workshop, and she has been at the groundbreaking edge of storytelling ever since. Another faculty member awarded by many, she was given the highest award by the NPPA last year, the Sprague Award for her devotion to the craft of storytelling.
I love you.
She is one of the first and, well, best nonlinear editing trainers in the world. If you see her on the phone this week, don't interrupt. Her other awards, husband Jay and kids Sam and Anna,
Welcome to the workshop.
I forgot. Try again.
I messed up.
along with puppy Elmer, make up her life. Sharon Levy-Freed.
And now, here's me.